Hello, good morning.
So given that, and the fact that this panel is about how can blockchain improve the process, let's go to Dan to give us a 101.
Blockchain is just another way of distributing information from point A to point B to C to D to E to F instantaneously, so that everybody knows exactly what's happening at every time, at every second. This is verifiable record keeping, and that's what gets people really excited. What blockchain aims to do is instantaneously verify every change. And no two changes can happen at the same time, so there's no confusion. There's no accounting issues, there's no accounting fraud, it's all recorded. And it's not just about fraud, it's about mistakes and error. Our movie's called Trust Machine for a reason, because blockchain is a trust machine.
So for me, it kind of brings up a point about the lack of accountability and transparency in this industry. And I think if we went around this room and through this festival, I'm sure there are many war stories here of people who've been ripped off, or people who've done the ripping off, which they might not talk about so openly. And I think it's a bit of an elephant in the room. I think it's a crisis in this industry. We don't talk about it enough, we're not dealing with it enough. And I think also being from South Africa, it's far away, often mentally far away for people, and they think, what's he going to do from South Africa? He can't get me. And so I think there's a real opportunity with blockchain to hopefully, I'm very aware it's in its infancy, but to kind of make this industry more accountable and more transparent from the beginning of rights management all the way through to selling a ticket in a cinema.
So Jason, tell us about SingularDTV.
We describe SingularDTV as a blockchain entertainment studio. What we talk about is offering an alternative to the traditional entertainment industry that disintermediates the process. So essentially all that means is let's use underlying technology to remove the need for a trusted middleman or intermediary and create a more direct pathway between audiences and the content they love. So that means connecting not just producers and creatives, but distributors, managers, agents, more directly with their audiences. So they have a clear path to data, and they have a clear path to financial record keeping and accounting. We have collaborated, we've co-financed projects, we've fully financed features. Trust Machine, we fully financed. We have a narrative feature called The Happy Worker that just wrapped principal photography in Utah. We also fully financed that, but in partnership with producers. So, our model isn't to take anyone's IP and run with it. It's really collaborative. So the goal is to engage with talented creative teams with strong visionary projects and then empower them. On the distribution side, we are acquiring films exclusively for world rights and looking to build in windows on our platform when it goes live. Then we're also working non-exclusively with projects, with distributors, folks with libraries. But then we look for exciting opportunities to partner with other companies. And Janet and Gunpowder and Sky were the first ones to jump into the deep end of the pool with us on a film called Prospect that we're very excited about. We collaborated with, we looked at, it premiered at South by Southwest. It won the Adam Yauch Award there, the Hornblower Award. Really exciting, innovative sci-fi, super cool team. These guys are great, and so we're piecing together a pretty cool theatrical and global distribution plan.
And so Janet, tell us a little bit about this and why you wanted to partner with SingularDTV on this.
It's like Kickstarter plus Vimeo TVOD. And I always thought it was really difficult that those two things didn't go together. So you could like build an audience and raise money, but then you had to go rebuild the audience if you wanted to actually sell direct. And this is a way to kind of maintain a consistent relationship. So you could actually develop a piece of IP on blockchain, raise the money for it, then distribute it, and collect it all the way through the entire life cycle and actually do the distribution all in one place. So you're speaking to the audience through the entire life cycle, which is just super exciting.
Listing reports, so does that mean that Netflix and Amazon and everybody pays blockchain instead of paying who they normally pay? Like how would everybody see all those reports when there's so many?
We're betting on this engagement between creators and viewers, consumers and viewers. And that's what we really want to show, and we do want to show that the impacts of blockchain can allow you to have a higher engagement level for your content, there is a lag between the effect of your spend. You know, you won't know how effective your spend was till you get your box office reports, and everybody knows that box office reports take a little bit of time because, you know, sometimes they're still handwritten. But if you can create a new system that interacts with theatrical, and you can actually know whether people are showing up to your theatrical exhibitions the next day or the day of, you can actually tailor your marketing spend to that. You can immediately cut one market and reinvest in another market. That is definitely future state. It's definitely not here right now, but to be able to bring those theatrical transactions on chain, as we call them, so that a producer creator could log in and see how a particular theater is doing in terms of sales and whether the correlation between your marketing spend exists. I mean, that's where we hope to be going.
What's the time span here and what's the cost to get to that level?
I think for us in this room, the most immediate use of blockchain is like the B2B experience that we're talking about, transparency and accounting and all of that. I think what you're alluding to is there's inevitably going to be a little bit longer of a lead time for the B2C experience. But what's exciting is the promise of blockchain as the ultimate fan experience, because how much more of a fan can you be if you can participate in the IP from the very beginning and not just buy a t-shirt for $50 at the end. That's great, but if you can have that more holistic thing, but I think it will take longer.
At the very least, we want to, on our next film, is start doing the rights management and the revenue collection using blockchain. And I think as filmmakers, we've got to put our toe in the water and try this out and get all our partners on board and start building that, because I think if we don't, we're going to get left behind and there's a missed opportunity.
Well, thank you to all our panelists. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.